The Novago Sonic is one of the most futuristic guitars I have ever played, and in this video I'm going to go over everything you need to know about it, show you all the different sounds that this thing can produce. I'll give you my honest thoughts and most importantly help you decide to see if this guitar is right for you. I honestly don't feel like getting into all the fluff today, but if you dig this video, make sure to subscribe. Let's get into it. I'm first going to go over all of the specs and insane features, and then we'll jump right into hearing what it sounds like and all its different types of sounds. So starting off, we have a sleek carbon fiber 6 body, which helps being both very durable and lightweight. The whole thing only weighs 6 pounds, but those are the two most important things when it comes to a travel guitar, being durable and lightweight. Now, Enya Music went for full comfort on this one with its asymmetrical neck. Now, for those who don't know what that means, asymmetrical is when down here where you would play more open chords, the neck is rounded. And as you make your way up the neck, it flattens out, making it much easier to solo and things like that. It's also got a 0 fret, which is a cool feature. Now the neck is really, really smooth, making it very easy to play and slide up and down the fretboard, which is a reason why this could be a great beginner guitar, easy to play. Now it's also got really straightforward controls, also perfect for a beginner who doesn't really understand these kind of things yet. It's a really great introduction to understanding knobs and things like that. Now we have a button here that turns the sounds on and off, and we can also change through our different effects and amp sounds via the app, which I'll get into soon. You can also control volume through it if you want to, but there's also a volume knob right here. And then of course we have a pickup selector switch. We have bridge, middle, and neck position. We have 2 humbuckers. I think one's Alnico 2 and the other's Alnico 5, which just gives you a wide array of different tones, both bright and warm sounding. Great pickup choices for all different types of genres of music. Now you might be asking yourself, do you need to turn it on to plug it into an amp? No, you do not. You only turn this on when you want to hear it come through its built-in speaker, or if you're recording directly into a DAW, you can use all of the sounds and effects that Enya Music gives you via the app. Now, if I turn this on right now, it will have like the automatic preset ones that come with the guitar. Now, for an example, I just turned it on, so now I have this sound. Very high reverb. Like I said, we'll get into that in a second. But when you plug this thing right into an amp, you don't get those sounds at all. You just get the true electric guitar tones too. So that's actually a benefit. If you end up not liking the sounds and effects, which I don't know why that would happen, you can just use it as a straight electric guitar as well. And then just look at those other sounds and effects as just like an extra feature. Now other features include, like I just said, a built-in 10-watt speaker. It's got USB-C charging. You can also plug it directly into your computer for recording. It's got a headphone jack if you have to be even quieter than it already is. And also output and OTG ports. Now easily one of the coolest things about this guitar is its app controllability, where you have all these amps and pedals that you can tweak and set the presets or however you want to set it, so you have it on the guitar where you don't have to go on the app anymore. So basically what that means is when you first get the guitar, you can click through I think 4 or 5 different sounds with different amps and effects. You can make your own, so you don't have to go on the app anymore. They're already built into the guitar, so you find the best tones you like, and then you're all good to go. I'm actually gonna dive into all that right now. All right, so first we get connected. That's really easy to do. Just make sure your Bluetooth is on your phone. Let's start by going over what is included in the app. This is sort of where we control all of our tones, obviously in the guitar tone section. Now we have clean, overdrive, distortion, and high gain. Now these are our options that Enya Music starts you out with and gives you. Now for clean, they give you a couple of different options that you can edit, but you can also check out their library, and this has tons of other options for tone and sounds, which is really cool. And you can also preview them, which is even cooler. Now the best part about this is that you can edit it and do all of this yourself. Now we can change our different modulations. We're on chorus right now. Let's say I want some tremolo now. Let's crank this up pretty high. Get some delay in there. So obviously we have overdrive, distortion, high gain, like I said. Let's check out the distortion, and let's just use Drem Road. Maybe they're trying to say dream there. Let's see what this sounds like. Now you'll hear the tones change in real time when I adjust it. So I'm gonna just bring down the bass, bring up the middle and treble, and as well as presence, and now you really hear it. No bass at all. Let's bring that bass back in 100. There we go. fills that sound up a little bit. Now we have two amp choices, deluxe clean and 100 distortion. Now to turn the pedals on and off, if it's off, you're just gonna grab the pedal and swipe down, do that, and if you don't want them, you just swipe up. So let's say we have a distortion channel. We have a nice little 5-band EQ on there. Turn off the modulation. Put on some reverb. Let's bring that reverb up a little bit more. Now that 35% circle bar you have down at the bottom, that is actually the battery life in the guitar itself when you use it with the app and the tones and the speaker and things like that. Like I said earlier, you can plug it directly into an electric guitar. You do not need the battery for that. Now we also have a mixer of guitar volume, OTG volume, Bluetooth speaker, our normal speaker volume. So if you hear the internal speaker kind of like getting really gritty and sort of clipping, then you can turn that down. The monitor volume, and then the line out. So you can control all that, which is great. And then in settings, you can factory reset everything. You can also set up auto on and off. So let's say you're just strumming along, you're playing it with the internal speaker and you leave it and you forgot to turn it off. You can like select the time for it to turn off for you, which will save you your battery life. Overall, super, super cool. Like I said, you have so many different types of tones. You can even label them what you want to call them. You can even change the background cover, which is cool. And like I said, you have all these options of different effects, which is really, really great. All right, so let's now get into the sound demos. So there's a few different things I'm gonna do here. I'll first plug this straight into an amp so you can hear how it sounds as an electric guitar by itself. I'll use some Fender amp style tones as well as some Marshall tones. Then I'll do another sound demo of plugging this in directly into my DAW and using the built-in sounds within this guitar and within the app. So you'll hear that directly recorded in the DAW. And then finally, I'm going to set up a microphone. I'm gonna be using a Warm Audio 47 Junior. I'm gonna put it in front of this speaker so you can sort of get a general idea of what it sounds like. Now it's not gonna be like 100% accurate because it's gonna be a little different when you're actually in the room with it, but you'll get the overall idea and sound. So let's see what this bad boy sounds like. honestly, like I said, it's very hard to show off what the speaker sounds like if you're not in the actual room, but I think the mic did it somewhat of a justice. Now, something I noticed is that when you blast the volume, master volume, or gain and volume at the same time within the app, amp settings, pedal settings, it can clip and get very gritty and distorted, and it sort of sounds like the speaker is like maxing out. Now, that can all be avoided by just making sure your volumes are at a good level, but it's something you should definitely pay attention to avoid that. It's just like anything else, you have to make sure all your levels and volumes are controlled so you're not clipping when you're recording. Same thing goes for this. But other than that, having a built-in speaker in electric guitar, I honestly never thought I'd say this, is actually a really cool feature because you can take electric guitar tones with you literally wherever you go. Super cool. Now, who do I think this guitar is mainly for? Now, it's for honestly a bunch of different people. It's for traveling musicians who want something small, durable, and lightweight where they can really take wherever they want and have electric guitar tones at their fingertips. It could be for a beginner player just starting to learn guitar because it's very easy to play. It's very comfortable. You can learn all the basics of like recording, different amps, and pedals. You can learn all of that stuff, like how the knobs, pickups. It's a great guitar to learn all that stuff on. And you also don't have to worry about damaging it or leaving it in like a bad conditioned room. Because remember, this thing's made out of carbon fiber, not like wood. A beginner acoustic guitar in a low humidity, dry and hot room, the guitar is gonna warp and it's gonna eventually be really hard to play. You don't have to worry about all that with this. So another really great perk for this guitar. Now, it's not just for beginner players. It can literally be for an intermediate to advanced player who sort of just wants like a throw around guitar. They don't have to worry about it getting damaged, like I said. Don't have to worry about it warping or having to get it, fixed up all the time. Just something that kind of sits around, sits out, that they can practice on real quick and all that stuff. Now, for me personally, I have a custom shop 335. I have a really nice Stratocaster. I don't like leaving them out. I have a dog who likes running around. I don't want to knock that stuff over. So I like to leave them in the cases, but having a guitar out to make sure you remember to practice and sort of just pick up and play every day, this is primarily what I use it for. And I don't have to sit here in my studio. I can go out in my living room, sit on the couch, turn it on, listen to the different electric amp simulators through the speaker, play while I'm watching TV. It's really convenient for those kind of things. Now, the speaker doesn't get insanely loud, but if you still have to be quiet, you can control it by the volume knob, so you really don't have to worry about any noise complaint. And even if you do, God bless you if you have neighbors like that, you have the headphone jack as well. It's just really sturdy. It feels really comfortable. You can literally take this anywhere, camping, the beach, you name it. Now, here are my honest and final thoughts. Now, the main thing for me is that it sounds great through an amp. Me personally, I'm more on the side of plugging this thing into a tube amp or an amp sim on my DAW, using it that way. And it sounds great. That's really all I need it for. For me, all the extra features with the app controllability and then the built-in speaker is just extra features that are fun to use. So if you end up getting this guitar and you're not the biggest fan of the amp sims that Enya Music provides you through the app, you still have a solid, great electric guitar that you can plug in through your amp. Like I said, it's easier to play. I would change the strings, and these are very light for me. I think they're probably 9s, and that's just my preference on all electric guitars. Every time I buy a new guitar, I always change the strings on them. But overall, honestly, this is a really cool guitar. When I first saw it, I was a little hesitant about it, but after really playing it, sort of listening to it, all the different extra features, it ain't bad, especially for under $500. I mean, there's a lot of carbon fiber guitars out there that are very expensive. So you're also getting a carbon fiber guitar for pretty cheap and a really good budget. So if you're on a budget for a carbon fiber guitar as well, this is it. So tons of cool features, really easy to play. It sounds great through an amp alone without all the other, amp sims built in. So it has that studio playability, it has the travel playability with the speaker and all that stuff. It's a very versatile guitar that I think is built pretty well. So good job, Enya Music. Now, the guitar will always evolve into things like this, and I'm sure even crazier as time goes on. This guitar is honestly like the best of both worlds of modern / futuristic guitar playing, and then what has always been of just electric guitar through an amp. It handles both really, really well. Now, what are your thoughts on this kind of guitar? Let me know down in the comments below. So thanks as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe and check out some of my other content if you dug this video. Also, let me know down in the comments if there's any other guitars like similar to this one or anything that's on your radar that you would like to see me demo on my channel. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.